And welcome back. There's a treasure trove of musical history right here on the Suncoast that many people don't even know exist. And since we're celebrating our nation's heritage this week, it seems appropriate to incorporate musical history as well. Dave Berry, the manager of Sarasota Musical Archive, is here to tell us all about it. All right, so exactly what is SMA?
SMA is the Sarasota Music Archive. It was started in 1980 by a group of Sarasota musicians who wanted to save the musical heritage of Sarasota and the different ways that music is recorded. Reel-to-reel tapes, vinyl records, cassettes. When they started, CDs didn't exist, so they didn't have a collection of CDs. So they wanted to collect these, and right now the music archive is in the Selby Library on the second floor. And we have over 150,000 items, vinyl records, cassettes, memorabilia that we'll see in a little bit here, and all kind of interesting stuff.
And in this archive, you have like some of the fun items that are from the Independence days.
Yes, yes. I collected some things today that we had, including some older records, some anti-war records, and over on the right we have, starting with John Philip Sousa, who of course is one of the more famous people in songs that we hear. This is actually printed in 1897.
Wow.
That's the actual 1897 sheet music from there.
Finally, something older than me.
Oh.
First thing we've had on this show.
And it's looking so amazing condition. How do you keep it?
We keep them away from light, away from humidity, in a special area.
And
away
people
from
have donated these. How did you come across some of these, very impressive
Rare
things?
That's a good question. It's all been donated by people over the last 30, 40 years, since 1980.
What are these here?
The stamps.
Those are John Philip Sousa stamps. Those
Oh my
were
goodness.
released shortly after his death in 1940. And if you notice the amount on there, I think it's 2 cents.
Oh.
So postage has gone up a little bit
Just
since,
a tad.
since those days.
And
wow.
there's a signature you also have.
Yeah, we do have a couple autographs of John Philip Sousa from the early days in the early 1900s.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my,
amazing.
look at that.
Yeah.
That's great
Yeah.
that people have thought of you as a place to, have their collections be kept safely.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we do, is we make sure they're kept safely and secure.
And everybody can see them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Now, but you don't just have like those rarities. You also have albums. So
Yes.
tell us about some of the albums that you brought.
Yes, we do. We have over 50,000 vinyl records. A lot of them are valuable, too. The first one we're starting with here is...
Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah, Leonard Bernstein is directing and on the third movement of Charles Ives' song, July 4th. So I thought that would be
Very appropriate.
for
Yes.
today. He created a whole series of songs in the symphony for the local shows, and he played them every time there was a national event.
And a couple of other ones. And how do you know they're valuable?
They're valuable for several reasons. One of them is because they're in demand. It's kind of the law of supply and demand.
Yeah.
For instance, this is an original pressing of this record. It's Jefferson Airplane's Volunteers record. And the interesting thing about this record is there's language on it that was actually taken away as the record was released. Bad words,
Bad
you could
words,
say.
Yeah, you couldn't say those things back then.
But you can say them now, not on the
they're
show.
back.
I love the art on the albums, like
Yeah,
on
like
this
this
next
is
one
remote.
here.
Yeah, this is the most interesting thing. MC5 has some images of the flag here, and this is a group from Detroit, Michigan. These were the forerunners of punk genre of music.
Oh yeah.
And they were one of the first early bands to do that type of music.
Wow.
Again, a little bit of a controversial record. In fact, they lost their contract
Oh,
with
wow,
the
because of
recording
controversy.
company.
We
And a
recognize
couple
the backside of
two
this next one.
Yeah. We do.
Yes, that is the back side, but it's actually the front side.
Oh, it is?
That's the famous Bruce Springsteen record. That was one of his most successful records. And the interesting thing about that is it was the first CD released in the United States that was made here in the United States. Before that, CDs were made in Japan and imported.
All right. Well, we have a couple really quick ones, and then the very end.
Yes,
What's this one? Because you got a prop for that one.
Yes, we do have props. We have mustaches from it's the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
All right, well, why not?
And inside that record, which is an example of a valuable record, by the way, is
Oh, that's
a
nice.
cutout. And the cutout has little cutouts for
Mustache, like we
mustaches
have them.
and all kind of things.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, thank you so much. And now you guys can find out more about the Sarasota Music Archive by going to their website. And of course, always looking for donations if you guys have anything that you think is worth being shown. All right, next, when we come back, we're going to check out a viewer email. We'll be back.